Hey everyone, this is Pharaoh Silver, the Pharaoh of Beer Money Finance, and this is the January 2025 Beer Money Portfolio Month in Review. If you haven't noticed why I have a lot more apps that say provisional here, it is because I am planning to add them to the portfolio, but I have yet to download them and try it out. But they are going in my queue for the spring reviews, and I'm going to have plenty of spring reviews coming up following Beer Money Mania. I greatly underestimated the amount of promotions we would be getting during the Christmas and New Year's seasons, and it has resulted in the biggest month yet for the portfolio. Let's go to the month summary here. We earned $387 even this month. However, we spent $64.98 on an app in Freecash, giving us a profit of $322.02 over 12 different sources. This is the first month ever that we've gone over $300 earned or profited in a single month. And the winner, by far, is Freecash with $251.87 earned, with $64.98 spent for a profit of $186.89. There might have been some months where I got over $100 on Benjamin early on in the portfolio, maybe January or February of last year. I'd have to go back to check. But nothing topped this massive Raid Shadow Legends offer this month. Part of this, though, is how easily guide-heavy it is, and you can just copy-paste the same Raid Shadow Legends earning strategy that I've even done before myself in the second video that I ever made in the channel. Just tweaking it a little bit because there were more Sacred Shards to get this time around, and I didn't have time to wait around for a Sacred Shard emergency pack so I can pay the least money for the most amount of shards. I actually had to turn down a 3 Sacred Shard offer for $24.99 because I only had to open 1 shard left. There was also the benefit of being around for an insanely good free legendary in Alice the Wanderer, as Raid is currently in an Alice in Wonderland kick that with full gear would, combined with Kale, completely obliterate all the hard and brutal levels for me without a second thought, giving me 2 of the Sacred Shards pretty easily, actually. I also got another legendary in Sun Wukong, but I used him as food. That's what they call it there, food, to create the 6-star Kale. Alice didn't even need to be 6-star. She was almost keeping pace with Kale in damage just as a 5-star herself. Also, a lot of the objectives to open Sacred Shards was also very time limited, as I mentioned. It was 2 Sacred Shards within 7 days, 4 within 14, and 6 within 20. That wasn't happening waiting around for an emergency shard pack. Thankfully, Freecash did give me a spending offer bonus for this game, where I earned $5 if I spent my first $3, $15 if I spent $15, and $25 if I spent another $40. Now, there is one more objective here where I can earn $45 if I spend another $225, but what's the point when I've completed all my objectives? Anyway, huge grab with Freecash on this one, and I doubt I'll get much like this in my next game I'll be playing, Frog's Kitchen. Moving on, in second place is Bridge with $34.38. We're coming up on the time I need to renew the Earn Plus membership around April, so I'm preparing for it. And the extra $52 I spent has already earned me back about 5 times over. I will definitely be renewing for another year, and hopefully this profit will continue. While I don't recommend anyone spend any money on any apps, I will say if you had to put one down, I honestly think Bridge Earn Plus is hard to argue with getting once you've made your first $50 or so. Without Bridge Earn Plus, you can make 25 cents a day on ads, which if you do for 300 days out of the year is $75 a year. However, if you pay for Bridge Earn Plus and do ads for the same 300 days out of the year, it's $300 a year, $225 more for $52. And that's if you don't count the 5% earn bonus and other things like the cashback on transactions. You can check out my old Bridge Earn Plus video for more information on this. The only major nerf that I have to talk about coming out of Bridge seems to involve the referrals. So referrals have been kind of a thing that Bridge has been a little bit variable about in the recent months. They did finally settle on $3 per referral, which is a very healthy amount, at least for Earn Plus earners anyway. However, they have nerfed it a little bit to where now you have to wait 7 days. I'm not quite sure why they're doing that. I understand if they do it for offer walls because, it might take a while to get the money from the offer walls, and the offer walls might have a waiting period as well. But why do it for referrals? I don't quite understand that. Either way, yeah, go check out Bridge. It's not too bad if you haven't already. In third place is Benjamin. That's right. Benjamin is back at $26.54. Why have I brightened up on Benjamin lately? Simple, because I moved it to the iPhone and Benjamin works a lot better on it. With the Android, I had trouble getting 10 cents a day on ads. I always ran out after 8 to 10 or so. But with the iPhone, I'm able to get an ad every time I remember. I've managed to pull 120 ads in one day. That's currently my record, and that's $1.20, not counting the daily bonus. And I think I had a 3x bonus that day, so it was $1.35 that day for me. So my goal at this point is to try to cash out $25 every month on Benjamin using just the ads. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, and I'll probably test a game on it eventually on the iPhone after I finish my Frog's Kitchen as well to see if the Fun Zone works better on it or not. And I plan to use that Safari extension as well and test it out for y'all in a future video. However, there is one major nerf I need to talk about with Benjamin, and that involves the cashback issue. So if you don't know, if you put down, a certain amount of money on your credit card, you're able to get about 0.1% cash back if you are a basic user, up to 0.16% cash back if you are a platinum user. And you become a platinum user by just simply earning like $140 with Benjamin. Well, they have finally set caps on non-premium cash back. So you can only make up to 50 cents a day and $10 a month. So it's capped at that. I'm not quite sure why they capped it like that. But for those of you that are in the basic, that means you cannot have more than $500 a day. Otherwise, you're capped. And I think it goes down to about $416 if you are a platinum user. But overall, yes, Benjamin on the iPhone is vastly superior to Benjamin on the Android. If I had to give a rating for both, I would say it is blue on the Android and it is green on the iPhone. And honestly, probably a top 3 if you are using just the iPhone. Fourth place is Upside with $20.69. This was 2 cash outs brought on by trips to Domino's, trips to Popeyes, and gas over the last 2 months. Upside has been pretty good, honestly, and I'm still taking advantage of my Sam's Club membership when getting gas with it to double up. I'm going to see how Upside does when I add an Inner Circle Circle K membership or a Shell Rewards membership in the next couple months, and I'll get back to y'all probably around March or April. I'm hoping if I don't forget anyway. Fifth place is Atlas Earth with $20. My SIM account finally tiered down to 20x on January 31st after reaching the amount of Atlas bucks I needed shortly after the last Super Rent Boost event. I waited till January 31st, though, to start spinning for these 70 parcels, and the totals were not good. Turns out I didn't have bad luck on just my real account, but the account I'm literally using as a simulation to show you how you can make profit with Atlas Earth as well. In the 70 parcels I added, I gained 40 commons, 22 rares, 8 epics, and no legendaries, to end up with 119 commons, 64 rares, 28 epics, and 9 legendaries. This has brought my distribution percentile all the way down to the 12th percentile. And the worst part is, my monthly earnings in Atlas Earth, given 22 hours a day of boosting, has only gone up from $22.88 a month when it was at 150 to $22.97 a month at 220. My plan within the next month or two is to get 7,000 Atlas bucks and eventually go to the 15x level, and I will probably get a little bit more love for that, I'm hoping anyway. I'm already almost at 2,000 Atlas bucks accumulated, copying my habits on my real account, save only finishing top 500 on minigames. The monthly challenges have helped with the gains. Also, I do want to point out that my real life account so far has me down $98.33 currently. However, this sim account will have earned $170 in the last 13 months. This is already a better earner per month than all but 4 of my apps, and we are still about a year and change away from the good part. Less fun, yes, but it is at least in the green. Sixth place is Paid Viewpoint with $10.10. So, big news flash here. Paid Viewpoint just recently lowered their cash out threshold to $5 from $15 sometime in the last year. I'm not sure when they did it, but I'm pretty sure it's recently, and I'm really glad that they did. It's made me wanting to do surveys for them a lot more enticing, and I have. Even the little 10-cent screening surveys, so good on Paid Viewpoint on that one. That's a nice buff. 7th place is Ember Fund with $9.65. I do not count the referral Satoshi. However, I do calculate the proportion that you could earn with Ember Fund, which is about, 14 Satoshi an hour, and it comes out to just barely over 10,000 Satoshi per month for right now, even when you have to wash the Satoshi with the dice game. Ember Fund did add a video poker game, and with only a 4% house edge and only 1 times washing, I plan to say on here that was the best option. That was, of course, if they kept the wash rate to 1 times, but alas, they brought it back to 10x. So back to the dice game it is. I have another 10,000 Satoshi coming in, and again, it's all going to Coinbase. I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon. I also wanted to mention I did add that 10,000 Satoshi at the start of the year without adding it to my actual amount I earned in Ember Funds, so if you don't see a change to the Bitcoin balance, this is the reason why. Now for the rest. We got Cashwalk first with $5. This one was just a matter of laziness and sickness. I am currently dealing with a chronic flare-up, and it's just been popping up like crazy, and it's tanked me in doing anything physical. I tried to use the phone swing to add steps, but I had forgotten. I'm going to attempt to do better in February, and try to pull $10 next month. We'll see if I can do that then. I'm not exactly off to a very good start right now. Coin is $4.47. I got my first cash out in XYO, converted it to Ethereum, and again, this was added a while back to the investment portfolio, so you won't see a change in it. I already converted into Ethereum, as I said. Coin is also a victim of my illness issues and just not being aware of it, and it's on my 3rd phone. And I'll be getting back to trying to break even from the shipping and handling purchase of my NFC card sometime in the next couple of months. Amazon MTurk with $4.15 off one single $4.15 survey, a 15-cent survey plus a $4 bonus that took me about 10 minutes that I stumbled upon when I was ironically trying to explain to someone why I don't use MTurk anymore. Guess I'm still using it then. But it is too much of a time sink compared to other options out there that I've given up trying to pull any more than like 1 or 2 surveys a month out of it. 1Q is next with $4. A lot of really good surveys at the end of the month allowed me to make a little bit extra with 1Q. I keep forgetting to check it whenever I go to Sam's Club because they seem to have these massive surveys if you're there to go find a product and take pictures of it and talk about it, and they earn you about 15 to 20 bucks doing it for about like 30 minutes of your time. I've gotten it twice, but both times was when my wife and I were in a hurry over there. Next time around, I might give it a try when we actually have time on our hands. And finally, Givey rewards with $1.15. I have been using Givey despite the yellow rating. I gave it this month because it is still passive money. It's honestly worked out quite well for me, and I'm en route to cashing out another $1 yet again this month at least. The site still feels kind of abandoned though, gonna admit. But as long as they're paying in PayPal, and as long as it's this passive, why not a free $1 or $2 a month, you know? Now for the investments. This is as of the night of February 2nd. US stocks are doing great per usual, as is Bitcoin. I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm honestly surprised that Bitcoin has sustained this price. Not surprised Ethereum has not, however. I am currently trying to lower my crypto investment from a 4% allocation that you see here. I'm trying to bring that down to about 2%. However, you know, maybe a dip might take care of that for me. I don't know, we'll see what happens. The most disappointing thing on this list, in my opinion, is the international stocks, though. Like, I'm aware the reason we get international stocks in general is for insurance purposes. I mean, US big tech can't keep going up forever, but these last several months have been quite disappointing. Regardless, I have put in about $75 into international stocks. I have put in another $200 into the US stocks, and another $50 into the bond stocks, and then roughly about $9 or so into Bitcoin, which from the Ember Fund, basically. So my total is $2,388.68 over the last 13 months. And remember, this is with paying $300 for a new iPhone. Without that iPhone, I probably would be closing in on $2,700. But, with the iPhone price, I'm able to show that you can take your portfolio and use it to buy more equipment, which you can use to make more beer money more efficiently. And now I have a mini phone farm. I would talk about my goals for February, but I really don't have any discrete metrics I want to hit in February. I kind of just am taking it in stride, seeing how things go. I also expect to make a lot less because I'm going to be focused on work picking up again in the day and working on building a good set of videos for Beer Money Mania at night. Probably doing this through February and March. So that's the video, everyone. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment how your January has been. Go ahead and check out my 3-year progress video on Atlas Earth, on my real Atlas Earth account. Right here, just click there, and don't forget to subscribe to Beer Money Engine. We're finally on the road to 5K subs, and I would love to have you join us. I'm Pharaoh Silver, signing off, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.